Hello, my Gumbas out there. How you doing out there in Zydaland? I decided to make a little video of some behind-the-scenes baseball of what went down with this new release we have coming out. It's called King Cake, and it's on our new album, Zydaland, which will be released in its entirety this fall. But I thought you might be interested in knowing a little bit of history behind the band. We started out, and I guess I started writing for the band in 2017, and I wanted to come up with this sound that was kind of a mixture of Zydeco and New Orleans jazz and a little bit of swamp funk mixed in. And going down to New Orleans, seeing all these bands down there, I was really impressed with the Zydeco bands, but I didn't see a whole lot of big horn sections in any of these bands, so I wanted to really bring that element into the Zydeco music. So I came back with a bunch of ideas. I started writing, and I had no idea who I'd be playing with. So went online and I started searching around, and I found this guy, Steve Rice, on one of the websites, and contacted him through Reverb Nation, and we kind of hit it off. Turns out he was in a Zydeco band in Seattle, and had his own little thing going there. They call him Big Squeezy, so we keep using that name now. We call him Big Squeezy. He's awesome. He's a great co-writer with me, and he has done a lot of writing on his own for TV and film, and very active in that community. So we started writing together and hanging out and doing some music, and then I kind of recruited some of my friends that I've been playing with over the years, the horn section, Lars Wendt and Vinny Borselli and Steph Munter, some great horn players. And then, we went through a couple of bass players, and right now we're using Greg Novick, who's really awesome. And the way it came around, we have drummer Steve Shepsky on it too, and David Anthony. So the way it started was, I wasn't really even thinking about making a record. I was just wanted to play and do some of this music. So everyone's schedule is so crazy that I couldn't really schedule any rehearsals very much. We had a couple of rehearsals, but not many. So in order for me to teach the guys the songs, I would just bring one guy over to my studio, one at a time, and I would throw a chart at him. And basically what I would do is I would program the song on Logic on my computer. And I would, just do a rough program of how I wanted the song to sound. It's kind of like a person who's making a blueprint for a building. They just kind of sketch out the basics. And so I put down, a really basic drum track and a basic bass line, and had the melody in my head, and I had the horn lines written out in my head. And so I would bring a guy over here, throw a chart at him, we would record his part, and then I would put it on. And I did that for a few songs, and it sounded really, really good. So, I was thinking, wow, maybe we have an album here. And that's how the first record came about. We just kind of did it one at a time over here in my studio, and the drums were done at Dave's studio. I'd give him a rough, and, I'd shoot it over to him, and he would put the drums on. Same thing with the bass. I would send a rough out to our bass player Greg. He would do it in his studio, send it back to me, and all the accordions were recorded here, and all the horns were recorded here. So this first release we have is called King Cake, and I really wanted to catch that vibe of like a New Orleans street parade. So I asked Dave to put some voices on it, and he recruited his kids, and there's a bunch of kids on the soundtrack on the background part, and I'm on it too. And there's one really interesting Easter egg included in the track, and I'm wondering if anybody hears it. And there's one little comment made about Dave in the middle of the tune, and I wonder if anybody can catch it. So keep an ear out for that. See if you listen to it and see if you hear it. I might run a competition later on that. But anyway, we really, what happened was, especially with this King Cake song, Squeezy came over and we just started jamming to the stuff that I had programmed. I put down a basic beat, and he played some really, really cool riffs through the whole thing. And so when he left, I took all his takes and basically edited them all together and did some Frankenstein surgery on it. And that's how the whole song was written, basically just from me and him jamming. And once that was done, I had a couple of the lines in my head, but then I wrote some new things, and we're really happy with the way it came out, especially with what Dave did with the percussion, because the percussion is really, really smoking, and the bass it sounds really great on it. So we hope you enjoy this song, King Cake, and do us a favor, listen to it on Spotify. If you like, put us in a playlist. We, really helps the band's standings with the algorithms, and you can't sell records much anymore, so the only way to really support the band is to stream the songs and put it in your playlist. So hope you enjoyed this little inside baseball, and we'll see you out there on the road when we're out there playing.